So I was having a nice little steak dinner, just looking at some YouTube, and came across this video, and I have to comment.
SBR, your AR pistols are
Let's
getting
go back
harder.
to the beginning.
The excuses not to SBR your AR pistols are getting harder and harder to justify.
Here in Arizona, there is no gun registry. You can own as many guns as you want. You can have as much ammo as you want. You can buy as many guns as you want. And in Arizona, they don't care.
First, the tax stamp went from $200 to free $0 at the beginning.
I don't care about the tax stamp. If you're buying a $1,500, $2,000 gun, you probably don't care about $200 tax stamp.
Beginning of this year. And just this week, we're seeing a notice from the ATF that they are going to get rid of the requirement to file a Form 20 and notify the ATF to take your SBR across state lines. Which
I mean, that's cool. I live in Arizona, so Nevada. Can't go to California anyway. Yeah, Nevada's probably the one place I would probably go shooting, but Arizona's got enough places here. So anyway, I would never SBR one of my rifles because you're voluntarily putting yourself onto a registry. Now I can see if you live in a state that has a registry, although some of those states you can't even SBR, like New York, New Jersey, California. They have registrations, but you can't SBR a rifle anyway. So the states like Idaho, Arizona, I think Nevada too, where there is no gun registry, why would you voluntarily put yourself on a registry?
which is a big reason why a lot of people kept their stuff in pistol configuration.
No, it's not. That's not the big reason.
And they are going to remove the requirement for engraving if you're making your SBR out of an already serialized firearm from another manufacturer.
Yeah, what I understand is when you SBR, you have to get it engraved on the. I think usually they put on the inside trigger guard or something like that. So I guess they're doing away with that.
Now, what is the reason they're doing this? Well, probably to get more people on the registry. So there is that.
There you go. You get rid of all the other things because they don't care about that stuff. They want you on the registry. They want to get you on the registry. So anybody saying SBR your rifle because they're getting rid of all these other things, you're still voluntarily putting yourself on a registry.
But a lot of the reasons why people don't want to SBR their stuff seem to be going away. Personally, to me, it's worth it to be able to put a stock and a vertical foregrip.
So I hear people say this. You're against the registry. You're all for the Second Amendment 2A stuff. I am too. All for it. But then you're going to voluntarily put yourself on a registry because you want to have that foregrip. The SB Tactical straps or whatever the hell they're called, they're fine. But because you want a foregrip, you're going to put yourself on the federal. It's not even like a state registry; it's a federal registry. That just don't jive with me, man. It just doesn't make sense.
But you guys already know this. Let me know down in the comments, with those two requirements gone, would you SBR?
No, I already commented. No, because you're on a registry. You're voluntarily putting yourself on a registry so you can have a foregrip. Okay? Makes no sense. I don't know this guy. I don't know who he is. I just came across his video. He's probably a cool dude. Probably has good other videos, but I just had to comment. The number one reason, for me at least, why I wouldn't SBR is because of the registry. I want cans. I want to get canned, but just something about it. Just knowing that they have your name on a registry somewhere. I don't have a can for any of my guns. Also, if I had to use my gun in a defensive situation, I want my entire neighborhood knowing, in case, say, I take a round in the shoulder or the leg, and I'm not near my phone, and I can't make the call. Hopefully, one of my neighbors will hear these gunshots and call 911. But other than that, I just I don't want to have any of my guns registered. I don't. The government shouldn't need to know what I own. They can know how much I make every year, so they can take that money and go pave the roads out front. But as far as what I own, my private property, no, they don't need to know that stuff. I'll never understand why people voluntarily put themselves on that federal registry. There will be a liberal-leaning, left-wing Democrat in office that does not want you to have a gun. And all these people registering their SBRs, they know who you are. That's all I'm going to say. With that, cheers. Thanks for watching.